Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Trinity if you guys do not know me, and if you guys do know me, welcome back.
Funny how you think I need you, but honestly I don't need anything. Like what you see you can look, but I won't let you touch up on anything. I'm independent, I'm so sufficient, and I don't need a wedding ring.
So I am back with another review video. I don't know why I snapped, because I told you guys that I wanted to start doing like show reviews because I watch a ton of shows now. So like, and there's so many good shows out right now, like it's crazy. In this video we are going to talk about Euphoria. Oh my gosh guys, this show is so good. And as you guys can see, I got the whole Euphoria type vibe I got going on here. I tried to make it like bluish, like, you know, you feel me? Because that's one thing I really enjoyed about this show, was like the color scheme and like the cinematography and like all of that. Like everything was so beautifully shot in this show. It was just like, it was cool. Like I felt like it was something like I've never saw before. Like it was really dope. I really liked it. So yeah, I just want everything to go with the vibes, you know, like I wanted it to feel like Euphoria. So that's what I did. All right guys, so we're gonna get into this freaking show. I know I'm a little late. I think they aired the finale this past Sunday, but I wanted to give people a little bit of time to actually watch the show because this will be some spoilers in this, so I want to make sure that y'all know that. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. I'm just gonna talk about it. It's just gonna be a mini rant because just telling you guys how much I enjoyed the show, and I am curious as to guys how you guys felt about the show, and let me know, did you guys think it was like too much? Was it like crazy? So I'm just gonna jump right into it. If you guys don't know what Euphoria is, it is a show on HBO. Basically this story is a look at life for a group of high school students as they group with issues of drugs, sex, and violence. And I feel like the way that they were able to captivate this and make this work was perfect because it just worked. So the creator of this is Sam Levinson. I don't think I've ever heard of him before. I'm not really sure what he's done. Maybe if I like did more research on it, I would know, but it's not about this. It's just a rant. So there's 8 episodes of this show, and basically the premise of this, like just to sum it up just a little bit, in this show you are basically just you're watching the life of these teenagers, and the main character is Rue. Rue is played by Zendaya. And basically you're just going through her life, and you learn that she is an addict who's trying to recover. But they were saying that she had obsessive compulsive disorder, she was bipolar, she has a lot of anxiety, so she has like a lot going on, which honestly, to be fair game, a lot of people, like, that's why I really like this show, because you don't really know what's going on with people unless they talk about it, and like not a lot of people like to talk about situations and stuff like that. So it's like whenever you get to see it, you know what it looks like. So it's like you know what to pay attention to. If you see your friends like doing this, you see your friends in bed all day, like all the time, check up on your friends. Like you don't know what's going on. So that's why I really love this show, because it was just like it took everything and it was just like it made it into real stuff. And yeah, so we're just going through the life of Rue, and she is technically like a loner in school. She really keeps to herself. She's trying to like find her way. She's just very like whatever type vibe, like whatever. But and then she meets this girl named Jules, who is a transfer student, and she's new to the school, and she's also, you know, she's a little misfit. She's fun, she's trying to find friends, and she runs into Rue. Rue falls in love with her, and then there's like this whole thing, guys. I don't even know, like I said, I'm not gonna explain the whole thing because one, I don't want to spoil it. Good. I thought the acting was really good in this show. Zendaya, somebody on YouTube, I don't remember who it was, but I was watching somebody's channel and somebody really tried to say that Zendaya couldn't act in this, and I was like, honestly, on that first episode when she was like she was in the club, like after she was it was just showing like how she, you know, how she was like into drugs and stuff. So she was in the club, and that one scene where she was just sitting there and then she was like I don't know, like I was like, she got me right there. I was like, yes. Like, yes girl, yes. She convinced me. This show had me going through so many emotions. So many things are going on in this show. It's like so much happening at once. But one thing that I really like about this show is that it's so raw. Like mind you, if you have never saw the show, it is very, what's the word I want to say? Very like explicit. Like it's a little uncomfortable to watch if you are like, you know, sensitive to that type of stuff. So like that's why I like the real rawness about it, because I feel like they don't really hold back. And I feel like since it's on HBO, I think it's acceptable, because it's just like, you know, HBO usually does things like that. So it's just like, okay, viewer discretion advised. If you're not comfortable watching this stuff, just don't watch it. Like, you know, it really went deep into everything. You know, like I felt like you really felt the way that Rue was feeling like when you were going through this situation. I feel like they really like were able to capture those moments, and I felt like you were really able to feel what each character was going through. Like I feel like I can relate to some degree with each character, because like we gotta remember a lot of them are in high school. I think the only person that's in college is McKay. I think, right? Somebody correct me on that. I think McKay is the only one that's in college. So, you know, like when you're in high school, you do dumb things sometimes. And I like how every single episode was based on like a person's story. Like you got to know the background of every character through every episode. And I thought that was really cool, because it was just like, it made it a little bit more personal. Get a little more in depth about the character and get to like, you know, learn to love the character or whatever. So I really like how they did that. I thought that was really dope. Tell y'all about how I felt about freaking Jules and Rue. Like, first of all, like, I don't know, maybe it was just me, maybe it was everybody else, but no lie, Jules was pissing me off. I'm like, don't be doing this to my girl Rue, because like there were times where like Rue would kiss her, because I watched this twice. The first time, like I was watching it, but like I wasn't really paying attention, but the second time I was like, okay, let me actually pay attention, let me look at this, because this is actually a really good show. So like, I don't know, but like, I don't know if it was just me, but freaking Jules was getting on my nerves, because I'm like, don't be leading Rue on. Like, you could tell that Rue was feeling you, and like she would back away from kissing her. Or like when I remember, I think Lexi, she said something to Jules about how she was the reason why she's been doing so good, and like she made a face, like it was just like, oh, like I don't know if I was just getting that vibe. Maybe it was just me, but I was just like, do you like her, or are you just like playing with her emotions a little bit, or are you just like going with the flow? That's how I felt. But I do feel like towards the end, definitely Jules started to like, you know, realize like, oh snap, maybe this is somebody that I would like to believe. So she getting better because of you, so don't do her dirty like that. But it was kind of crazy, because it was just like, they compared Jules to the drugs, and it kind of made sense, because it was just like when she first met her, she automatically was just like, ooh, like I love this. This is like the girl, like I want her, blah, 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 blah. And then it's crazy, because like I guess more towards like the end of the show, she realized like, okay, yeah, maybe you're not good for me. Like maybe you're not good for me. Maybe I'm better off like by myself. But at the end of the day, it was like Jules was a part of what was keeping her clean, because it was like, you know, it kept her mind off of it, kept her busy, it kept her like being able to like do things. Yeah, so like I was trying to say before, like I like how they got into they were able to make every single person's situation and get into detail about what it is that person was going through. Like for example, like with Maddie and Nate, like that whole abusive relationship. And let me tell you guys about freaking Maddie. Maddie is my bitch. I'm sorry, I with Maddie real heavy. One, she be looking real cute, makeup always popping, outfits always popping, and she don't give a like, even though she's in an abusive relationship, unfortunately, by Nate. We're gonna get to Nate soon, because I freaking can't stand Nate. Nate be like, you know, he a little abusive and stuff. She don't be caring. Like, she still be like, so you got all this? Like, she be real completely honest with him. I just feel so bad for her, because it's like, you know, Nate is a terrible person. Like throughout this show, literally the whole time I was just like, Nate, you're so evil with his blackmailing ass. Like the whole freaking season, he just blackmailing people. Like nobody got nothing on him. Let me tell you, this is my thing. I wanted to say this. Like the thing that he was saying, like with Jules or whatever, like how Jules was sending him pictures and blah 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 blah. Like I get it. I know that she already promised his dad, which is also crazy. The dad is nasty, because I would have snitched on him. Like, listen, because it's one thing, I mean, if you want to keep it a secret that you're having sex with, like, you know, trans people, maybe you're not ready to come out. Cool, that's fine. Take your time. But these are minors. So, the fact that they're minors, I'm calling the cops. Like, you gotta go to jail. You got this on Jules, but Jules got this on your father. So I was like, Jules, if you don't take this opportunity, because Nate is over here blackmailing the shit out of people, thinking that he got it like that, sneaking into people's house. First of all, I would have called the cops. Like, first, that was another thing. That freaking 22-year-old guy, I forgot what the his name was. I would have called the cops on so many reasons. Sure, you could try to get me for statutory. He would have did some time, but Nate would have did some time too, because you beat he beat the mess out of this kid. All this stuff that nobody's using against Nate, I'm like, especially Jules, you could use that against his dad. Like, be like, listen, even though you already promised to say that you wasn't going to say nothing, but like, he threatening you now. He threatening you. So you better tell him, like, listen, you better whatever before I get your daddy in trouble. Literally this whole season, I was like, he is so evil. But like, that was another crazy thing too. With Nate, you get a little, like, as much as I hate him, it's clear that he got problems. Like, he got issues. And it was very clear when he had that situation with his father. I want to say he was having like a panic attack, but I think that was a little more than a panic attack. He was having like a temper tantrum. It was just, his emotions were just so riled up and he was just like going crazy. And that scene was really crazy to me too, because I was like, but my thing with Nate, like, is I feel like he feels like he's literally like his dad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he is literally the exact replica of his dad. Because if you notice, like, he even stays at the same motel as his father. Like, he stays in the same motel as his father where his father does his thing. He brings Maddie there. He has a little thing for guys, which he is also dealing with on his inside because, you know, I mean, he don't want to open up about it because he's supposed to be this tough jock guy who's too cool, who's, you know, not allowed to be gay and all this stuff, whatever. So he's hiding that. But so, and then I feel like that's all of that stuff. I feel like he blames that on his father. So like at that end scene, like when he was wilding out and he was calling him you know, the F word and like all this stuff. And I felt like it was just because, you know, like when people usually don't like the things in other people because it's something that they see in them that they don't like about themselves. So like that's what I got on that scene. I'm like, okay, he just like has a lot of resentment for his father and he just was like just angry. Everything was just coming out. But that scene was just crazy to me. But yeah. And as well as Cassie, I really like Cassie. Her situation is just wild. Freaking her and McKay. In the beginning, I was rooting for McKay. Like, I really felt like he liked her. And I do feel like he do like her. Like, I do think that he does. I do believe that he likes her. But he's one of those friends that's just like, sort of a follower. Like, whatever your friends do, like, you do. Like, he's like that. He doesn't have an opinion on his own. Or he's just really selfish and he only cares about himself. That's another thing because, like, when the whole situation, when she found out that she was pregnant and, like, he basically was just like, oh, so what are you gonna do? Like, and that's the crazy thing is that's how niggas be. Like, that's how niggas be in real life. So it's just like, raise your kids better, cause that ain't it. You took part of this too. That's one thing that we both agree, but it was clear that she really didn't want to do it. I understand her story so much too, cause it's just like poor. Like that's another thing. Like in high school, like I feel like girls tend to get manipulated a lot into doing things that they don't want to do, and but just to please that person, like they'll do it. And, like, that's the vibe that I got from her. Like, just because she loved them, she's like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do this, whatever. And then it eventually backfires, and it's just not good in the end. Like, as you can see, like, everyone was sharing all her pictures. They're looking at her as a hoe, even though all those people that she was with, she and herself, she loved them. But to them, it's just like, okay, like, whatever. McKay, we already talked about McKay. Kat, even though she did become like a little bit of a bitch, but I like how she was able to take control of her life and she was like, listen, this is what I'm gonna do and I'm gonna get money. I was a little confused though, because like I felt like they stopped at one point with her. Like as soon as that creepy guy started talking to her, but maybe they're gonna save it for like the next season and they're gonna get deeper into it, because I'm like, all right, that's a little scary, and I feel like something bad is probably gonna end up happening within that situation. Because once again, these shows, people try to say that, oh, it's highlighting certain things, like it's highlighting drugs, it's highlighting all this stuff, but I don't see how, because when you're watching it and you see what eventually happens, it's like, okay, if you do drugs, it's a possibility that you're going to overdose. If you do drugs, it's a possibility that you may end up depressed. If you do drugs, like, okay, it may seem, may look cool, and it may like look whatever, but the reality of it, and they're showing the reality of it. They're showing like, okay, you can get addicted. Like, look at Rue. She be freaking knocking on people's doors, not leaving, crying on, what's that guy's name? What's his name? Because he's also another person that I really like, and I also want to get on to that too, because what is his name? Fesco? Wow, I never knew his name was Fesco, but the drug dealer. If y'all knew that, because I didn't know his name was Fesco. But Fesco, he just be like, yo, Rue, like, get the out, like, leave, like, get out, and like, she just be like, no, I need it, blah, blah, blah. But I do want to get onto that. I do want to touch point on that. Like, is it just me, or is he feeling her a little bit? He feeling her a little bit, right? Like, I don't know about her, because, you know, she all up on Jules. But he said it's like a little sister thing, but I don't know. Maybe. But I see something going on with them too in the future too. Or like him trying something with her, and then she's just like, whatever type thing. Like, nah, you're my brother. But I can see him trying something. Is that just me? Let me know in the comments below if you think so. You see something with them. Kat was pissing me off too. Like, there was a lot of people in this show that was low-key pissing me off. Jules was pissing me off. Rue was pissing me off a little bit. Kat was pissing me off because it was just like, she wasn't giving that boy a chance. What was his name too? Ethan. She was really trying to play out Ethan and his shorts out. They got me so mad because when they were sitting next to each other, they were literally like, Kat? I was getting so mad because I'm like, it's pretty clear that he's into you, girl. Like, I don't know why you just think that he's trying to, because he clearly ain't look like. And then she got me mad too when she found out that he was a virgin, and then she like, oh, I don't have sex with virgins because they get too attached. I'm like, girl, you lost your virginity. Did you get too attached? Don't be bougie because you started to have sex. Relax and give Ethan a chance, and give Ethan some of that. Nah, but for real, like, man, I'm happy that she eventually, towards the end, I guess she started to realize, like, hey, like, this guy's not really into me just for that, and she felt that finally. Oh my gosh, and this show, I'm not even gonna lie, this made me love Zendaya. Zendaya is freaking undeniably fucking beautiful. Like, she is effortlessly beautiful. She don't gotta do nothing. And there was this one scene, like, throughout the whole thing, I was honestly, what is that? Stargaze or like whatever by her. But there was this one scene when her and Jules was dancing in the club, and it was literally for like a second, and I was like, oh, Zendaya popping. I been knew she was popping, but I was like, oh my god. Like, hello. My favorite part of this season was the final episode, which also made me so mad when she ended up, you know, like relapsing, because it was just like, damn, Rue, you were doing so good. And then, like, you know, everything started to slowly go back downhill for her. So she ended up relapsing and taking the drug again. And that scene, that whole end scene, that junk made me feel like, as soon as she like got out that bed, it was just like, that scene was really powerful, and that song was so dope. Let me tell you guys about the fucking music in this freaking show. I don't know who was the music person or the music engineer, but you did that. Let me see if I can find her or whomever. Your production off. No, you need IMDb Pro for that. I don't know. I don't know who the sound engineer was, but they were lit. Like, this song that they played at that ending scene. Great. And then there was another song that I really like. Oh, Hot by Dodger. They played that at the credits. Lit. And then like everything else, like all the other songs that are just like mainstream, they picked some really good. And they had my bitch Meg the Stallion. I was like, as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, y'all be driving a boat. Y'all know. That last scene was honestly like, I really liked it. The song was great, but and then it was just like, I remember I was watching I don't know, what was it? I was watching something and like they explained why, the director explained why he did it that way. And it was basically like, I don't know if any of you guys have ever been under the influence in any type of way, but he was saying that, you know, when you're on that high, you feel like everything is like a music video, and like you feel like you're like, ooh, like everything is just like, I felt those moments. First of all, I dance in my room all the time. I have concerts in my room almost every day. So if I'm under the influence, oh, I'm that bitch. Like, it's real. Like, oh, it's real. I'm getting it. So like that music video feels real. So I loved that scene because it was like, that is very true. And he was like, I feel like that's the best way that I can explain what it feels like to be in that high kind of like state. And I was like, I can with it because that's true. Okay, now that you explained that to me, that makes a whole lot of sense, because I was even watching it and I was just like, ooh. Oh, and then like I know like at the end people think that Rue probably died because she relapsed, and then she was climbing up the hill and then she just whoop down. But there's gonna be a season 2, so I don't think that they're going to have Rue pass. I feel like that's just gonna be the situation. She relapsed, and hopefully maybe next time she doesn't season 2. But I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm curious as to where they're gonna go for next season. I know that they're definitely, all the other characters, there's a lot that they can do with. Because one, I'm curious as to what the is up with Kat. What's gonna happen with Kat and that situation with that man? Because I feel like they're gonna do something. 2, what's gonna end up with Cassie and McKay? Are they gonna break up? Maddie and Nate, they gotta break up too. But I mean, you know, situations like that, it usually takes some time before people realize like this ain't good for me. And Fezco, the drug dealer, I was kind of confused as to why he killed. Did he kill him? Or did he just rob him? I don't think he killed him. No, he just beat him up. He beat the mess out of him. But like, yeah, he was robbing him for his money. Okay. But I feel like that's not gonna end well either. Like, I feel like something's gonna happen with that. So I'm a little curious as to what's gonna happen with that. Okay, so that's enough about the characters. And in regards to the show in general, like how I said in the beginning, I loved the color scheme of this show. I loved the sparkles on everyone's faces. I loved the makeup. I loved the way that they were dressing people. It was just so eccentric. I want to keep saying eccentric or electrifying, or it was just so dope to me. Like, I was like, I really like this. And I usually like things that are like in that kind of like style, that kind of look. Like, it was all purple-ish and bluish and pink sometimes, or like a little tint of like pinkish, more so purple and blue. I love that. I love the way that they shot this. The cinematography in this was so good. Everything was just like, all the pans, all the zooms, I was just like, ooh, like it was just like all the time. Like, it was a lot, but it was just like, I liked it. Like, it was just enough. Like, it was perfect. I was like, this is really, really dope. And I feel like this is really good for like a modern show. Oh, that was another thing. I liked how they would show clips in between, like, say like something's happening or whatever. They would show like mini clips in between as to what's really happened, so you can know exactly what she's talking about. Like, instead of just talking about it, they'll flash, just almost like Family Guy. Like, they'll flash into the situation that's happened so you can understand like what it is that she's talking about. Even in the sense when Kat was writing her fan fiction, like, instead of talking about it, they literally went into it and they showed you her fan fiction that she was writing. Like, in that sense. And then also, what was another situation? Oh, like when other thing that I liked, when Rue was in in Frez's house, and then the freaking drug dealer came the second time and she decided not to leave. She should have left, but she decided not to leave for the second time. And like the drugs are like talking to her like, Rue, eat me. Like, even though that's not real, like clearly it's not really happening, but in her head, that's what's happening in her head. And I like that they were able to visually show that to us. Like, I thought that that was really cool, and I thought that was really dope. I just feel like they had really cool ideas in here, and it was just a great show. Like, overall, I loved it. I thought it was... And all the actors in here were great. I don't think there was one actor in here that I thought was bad, because I feel like there's always that one person that's just like, why'd you get chosen? Even though I feel like Frez, he a little real monotone. He has a real monotone kind of voice like that. But I feel like it works for his character. So it's just like, okay, you could pass. And yeah, everybody was really great. Like, all the actors were in here were great. I felt like they did great at casting. The music was amazing. The way it was shot was amazing. The color scheme was great. The plot, the storyline, it was just all good. I'm a fan of this. I will definitely be here for season 2. I think that's it. But overall, I really enjoyed the show. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know how you guys felt about the show. Did you guys like it? Did you think it was too much? Did you think it was a little, like, it was unnecessary? Let me know your thoughts. I'm curious. I would love to know, and we can chat in the comments section below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Also, Euphoria, or casting director of Euphoria, if you are watching this and you need some extra actors, I am here. I just will not be showing any titties or any booty or anything like that. But hey, if y'all need any extra people, not an extra, but if you need any extra people, hit up your girl. Like, don't you see? I feel like I look like Euphoria right now. Maybe if I would have did some cool stuff with my makeup, but I can pass. Come on, give me a shot. Come on. Come on.